Yan! Kamusta na kayo dyan, mga kameta? Ayan, nasa transit na po tayo. Papunta tayo, medyo pa-north tayo, kaya dumaan tayo dito sa Istanbul, Turkey. Alright, pasalamat pala ako dyan sa mga folks natin, mga kameta natin na tumulong sa atin dyan sa check-in for sa Turkish Airlines dahil nga nagkaroon tayo ng overbooking. Ay nako po, overbooking na parang third world ang style. First time ko na-experience yung international nangyari, walang iya. Buti nga meron tayong mga kameta dyan na tumulong sa atin. Kaya tumuloy naman tayo. So andito tayo sa connecting flight. Ang ganda ng araw dito. Salamat naman dyan. Kamusta mga kameta? Sabi nga natin, we'll be constantly on the move. So yan, medyo 11-12 hours tayo nasa daan kanina. Medyo sabaw na, pero file ka agad ng article kanina about Taiwan na naman. And then nag-update tayo sa Pilipinas. Wait lang magpipicture muna ako dyan. Ganda ng view Wait lang, selfie lang ako Mamaya na kayo manggulo. Sorry priorities. Maganda kasi may sunlight dito sa taas Tingnan nyo. Ganda Ayan. So mga kameta, kamusta? Guten Morgen sa mga nandito sa Europa. At yan. Marami tayong pag-usapan kanina habang hindi pa ako nakakatulog. Ang ingay-ingay ng restaurant katabi namin. Kainis. Tapos ayaw pa mag-mask yung mga tao dito sa Europe. Kainis talaga yung style nila. Ayan, sabi ko maglakad na lang tayo, magmeta na lang tayo. Ayan, nagmamaritas tayo. Ang dami palang mga updates dito sa Pilipinas or dyan sa Pilipinas, guys. Ayan, yung deal pala ng TV5 at ABS-CBN. Awanen. Biglang out of nowhere, guys, pinaka-cancel yung deal Hindi Kita yung eyebags ko. Magandang nakamask tayo. Mas pangit pala ako na walang mask ngayon sa bugitsura ko. Alright, balikan natin to guys. What was it? Ayan, kanina, check tayo sa Twitter and all. Nakita natin, by the way, congratulations kay dating Vice President LENI Robredo for being invited dun sa isang leadership program dyan sa Harvard Kennedy School, kung saan of course nag-graduate nung isa anak niya. At mukhang yung isa pang anak niya ay nag-aaral din nag-fellowship din yan sa Harvard. No? So, the Robredos are rocking Harvard. Of course, kung alam nyo, si Jesse Robredo also is, I think, an alumnus of Kennedy School, no? HKS, Harvard Kennedy School. So, congratulations kay Vice President LENI Robredo. It's good to see at least our Vice President, our foreign Vice President is getting appreciation abroad, including in one of the leading universities and academic institutions on earth, no? So, kanina, tuwan-tuwa si Oo, grabe, overbooking kanina. Ay, kahapon pala. Sabi ko, ano ba yan? Overbooking, yan, domestic flight. Nangyari yan sa akin pag nasa US ako, kaya talagang awayan, talagang bardagulan doon. Pero yung international flight ng overbook, ibang klase, kaya malaking pagsasalamat ko kay Sir Mike at saka yung mga kameta natin dyan sa... Kasi ang may kasalanan dyan sa overbooking, guys, ay yung sales office. Siguro mga commissionable naman, walang yan. Kaya nag-overbook sila. Pero in fairness naman, yung mga nasa check-in, tumulong naman sa atin. Kaya, kasi hindi tayo makakalate. I cannot get late kasi yung may meetings ako na medyo mahalaga dun sa some of the officials, important people, ayun naman tayo. So, I couldn't get late. Sabi ko, please, gawa natin parang kaya na-squeeze in tayo. Kahit pa paano. So, maraming salamat again, Shout out dyan sa mga friends natin dyan sa Turkish Airlines, mga kameta. Kameta natin, pati sa Turkish Airlines, meron tayong mga kameta. Yan. Ayan na, talagang vlogger life, Ganun palang vlogger. Mas okay pala maging vlogger kaysa maging wala palang perks pag ganun kayo. Ayan tayo. Nagkakalat na naman tayo. Anyway, balikan natin to. Saan ba to? Ano yung nahulog dyan? Yata akin to. What is this? Wait lang, nagmamaritas lang ako dyan sa ground. Okay, balikan natin guys ha. So again, congratulations kay Leni Robredo for this leadership fellowship, etc. Basahin natin na. Ayan, talaga low-tech na low-tech. Okay, so ito yung sinabi ni Leni Robredo sa kanyang Twitter kanina. Maga-maga, syempre, di ba? A huge honor to be invited at the Harvard Kennedy School Center for Public Leadership as one of its Hauser leaders for the fall 2022 semester. What a blessing to be returning to Cambridge, Massachusetts for this opportunity. As Hauser leaders, I and Robredo will engage with student, faculty, alumni, and the wider Harvard community during our stint on campus. I'm both thrilled and humbled to be given this space to share my advocacies and experiences alongside a roster of distinguished leaders from various fields. So, etong program na yan, yung mga napipili po dito are, quote, living examples of principled and effective leadership. Yan ha. Principled and effective leadership. Yun po ang dahilan na pinili si Leni Robredo ng Harvard. Of course, yung mga Kim Jong-un vloggers, mas credible sila kaysa Harvard. So, wag natin pakinggan guys ang Harvard. Wag natin pakinggan yung mga top leadership programs in the world. Pakinggan po natin yung mga marites na mga langyang mga vloggers na yan. Ayan, tuloy. So, nagmarites din tayo sa Pilipinas. And then, eto na lang. Okay, congratulations of course kay former Vice President Leni Robredo. I know she deserves it. She deserves the recognition around the world. She deserves some respite, some time with her family, loved ones, etc. Naintindihan ko yan. Pero, guys, wag natin kalimutan. May laban dito sa may laban dyan sa Pilipinas. At yung mga sinasabi ko the other day pa, guys, something has to be done about this troll problem. Kasi sobrang pinabayaan yun, guys eh. I'll be honest about it. Tingin ko talaga in the past 5-6 years, walang masyadong ginawa systematic way to fight against trolls and all. Kaya that's why nandito na tayo sa situation na yan. There should have been early, decisive intervention. Medyo lumampas na tayo dyan, but the next best thing that we can do, guys, is at least naman, sana naman there will be some systematic organization. So, ngayon na si Leni ay nasa Harvard and she's gonna meet other Hauser Leadership Program fellows. Sana makipag-usap sila at maghanap sila ng mga epektibong paraan para hindi lang hanggang statement lang sa Twitter or hanggang radical love. Dapat may radical organization, may radical proactiveness, di ba? May rule of law, guys. Yun ang kailangan natin dito. Kasi, grabe, saan ba tayo umasa? Malamang di tayo pwede umasa kay ano. O, alam niyo na. Kailangan ba pangalanan yan, di ba? Eh, inaasahan lang natin yung mga tao na, you know what I'm saying? At saka, ang dami dyan, guys, na truth sayers. Mga lumalaban for historical accuracy, lumalaban for sanity. At kinakawawa lang sila, binubuli-buli lang sila. Kung ano-anong kaik-ikan na cyber libel ginagawa sa kanila even though they're saying the truth and based on objective facts. So saan yung organization, saan yung pushback? Kaya mahalaga talaga yung role ni Leni Robredo. So, I hope itong program niya sa Harvard will actually facilitate conceptualization of a more effective strategy. At of course, guys, ang demokrasya po ay hindi lang online. At hindi pwede purong disinformation lang. There has to be organization on the ground. But something has to be done on both fronts eh. And to be honest talaga, kapos talaga yung nangyari over the past 5-6 years. I don't want to play the blame game and all of that. We're past that point. But sana naman, guys, something is done about it. So, congratulations kay former Vice President Leni Robredo. And I look forward to yung updates nila in terms of how she's gonna translate their experience there in the Harvard Kennedy School to be even more effective in pushing for democratic discourse sa ating bansa. In the meantime, guys, nakita din natin sa Twitter na may update na mamarites tayo, tumitingin ng mga tao sa may update din tayo, guys, dito na yung deal pala between ABS-CBN at saka yung deal between ABS-CBN at saka TV5 parang nawala na bigla eh. So, wow. Di ba naalala niyo, guys, yung nasa Baguio tayo? pinag-usapan natin yung kaalagaan at saka kahulugan nung deal na yan in terms of shaking up the media landscape in the Philippines, which clearly is not in its best shape, no? But, wala pang 1 month yata. Eto na guys, meron tayong update. Medyo walang tao dito masyado, okay. Meron tayong update na, ayan na. Meron tayong update na mukhang hindi na siya matutuloy eh. So let me just read the statement. Sayang yung mask ko eh. Ubus laway natin dyan. Ayan lang. Ayan, wait lang ha. Ito. Basahin natin yung statement by ABS-CBN. So kanina may official statement ng ABS-CBN, di ba? Ito po. Ito po yung official statement. Alright. In disclosures to both the Philippine Stock Exchange and the Securities Exchange Commission today, Sky Vision Corporation, ABS-CBN Corporation, Lopez Incorporated, and Signal Cable Corporation, Signal Cable, announced that they have mutually agreed to terminate the sale and purchase agreement dated 10 August 2022. So wala pang 1 month, guys, covering the proposed acquisition by Signal Cable of 38.88% equity interest in Sky Cable Corporation and the debt instruments agreement dated 10th of August last month though, covering the proposed subscription by Signal Cable to an exchangeable debt instrument to be issued by Sky Vision and the proposed acquisition by Signal Cable of a convertible note issued by Sky Cable. Parang abogado lang nagsulat ito nang walang masyadong background sa PR. But anyway, patulan natin. The termination was formalized through a memorandum of agreement. The parties confirmed that they have not implemented any of the transactions covered by the sale and purchase agreement and the debt instruments agreement. In a separate disclosure, TV5 Network Incorporated, better known as TV5, and ABS-CBN Corporation, ABS-CBN, also announced that they have mutually agreed to terminate the investment agreement dated 10th August 2022, covering the proposed acquisition by ABS-CBN of 34.99% equity interest in TV5 and the convertible note agreement date 10th of August 2022, covering the proposed subscription by ABS-CBN to a convertible note to be issued by TV5. The termination was also formalized through a memorandum of agreement. The parties confirmed that they have not implemented any of the transactions covered by an investment agreement and convertible note agreement. In short, let me just say it in one sentence. Walay. Nawalay po. Nawalay na po itong deal. Nawalay. Ayan, nawalay na po yung deal ng TV5 at ABS-CBN. Ayan, mga nagreklamo. Alam mo, ano pa lang dito? 8 a.m. pa lang dito. Ayan, mag-9 a.m. pa lang yata. Talagang maaga, wala tayong tulog eh. So the supposed shake-up is not happening. Now, of course, the big question is, what prompted for the cancellation of this deal so early on, diba? Yun pong, medyo dito tayo para glitzy, glamour look, diba? So, yun. Ayan talaga. Ito, so may background tayo dito. The deal was earlier paused to enable concerned firms to address issues raised by several lawmakers. Alam niyo na sino mga yan. Hindi na kailangan mag-name drop. A probe was launched by the House of Representatives to determine whether there are laws violated by the deal. During the House inquiry, the Securities and Exchange Commission said that the deal does not qualify as a merger, quality na. May typo. But the National Telecommunications, so yung Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, wala daw problema. In a way na it doesn't even qualify as a merger na potentially raising some sort of a competition issue, etc. among others. But yung National Telecommunications said both ABS-CBN and TV5 must secure clearances from concerned government agencies before they can proceed with the deal. Ayan. So, meanwhile, Albay Representative Edsel Lagman said the House investigation of the investment deal could result in derogation of press freedom and free speech. So ABS-CBN Holding Corp and ABS-CBN Corp have requested for a 1-hour voluntary trading halt after the termination of the investment deal was announced. So, guys, connect the dots yourself. Ayoko na magsalita. But, yun nga eh. I mean, some people were hopeful na this would be the... Hi. Ay, nako. Ayan. Ganyan talagang Pilipinas, guys. Ganyan talagang Pilipinas. Everything is in the air. Walang. Alabo talaga yung situation natin. So, in the meantime, tignan din natin gagawin ng iba. Especially yung mga new players, potential new players coming in. Well, yung SMNI kind of got the ball rolling. Tignan din natin yung gagawin ng AMDS pa yan, yung kila Villar, no? So, let's see how that's gonna go. Mga October yatang launching nun. Base sa earlier discussion na meron tayo. Also based on the report by Cliff Wilson of Nikkei Asia, no? So, yun lang guys. Ay, nako, grabe, dami pala nangyari sa ating bansa. Hindi talaga tayo concentrate sa ibang lugar. Daming plot twist. Ay. Daming plot twist talaga sa Pilipinas. Just when you thought some interesting developments could happen to shake up and make the media landscape more dynamic and resilient, boom, we see this. Wala pang 1 month, nawalay yung deal ng TV5 at ABS-CBN. So, I don't know guys. Ewan ko sa inyo. Bahala kayo. Basta ako, ano lang ako dito, magmamaritas na lang ako dito. Hi. Now, tingnan natin ang gagawin ni Leni Robredo sa Harvard. What lessons she's gonna pick up from other leaders na kasama sa fellowship program. Well, good to see she getting the kind of recognition and respect she deserves. That's unfortunately she's not getting as much. As I said, part of the story is also not fighting back against super fake news peddlers, Kim Jong-uners, no? Na talagang ginawang cottage industry to eh. Okay, so let's see what's gonna happen there. Ang akin lang, parang many things are up in the air pa rin. 2 months into the new administration, it's still, guys, a bit difficult to determine ano yung magiging direction ng media landscape sa Philippines. Although, in fairness to the new president, medyo hindi naman siya magulo. Katulad nung isang dati, hindi naman tatay style, but let's see where things are going. Alright, dito muna tayo sa tabi. Alright, thank you so much guys dun sa mga nakikiano sa atin. Sa mga tingin ng mga tao sa dito. Wala yatang vlogger dito ah. Hindi yata usang vlogger ah. Wait lang, mag-selfie muna ako. Huwag kayo magulo dyan ah. Selfie na ako dito. Wait lang. Sorry guys, priority, okay? Selfie first. Analysis. Wait lang, ano ulit ang ano ko? Gandang pa ako. Wait lang. Nakalimutan ko yun. Ayan. Ay, ano na? Ayan na. Vlogger. Wala na, ganyan na lang tayo. Mag-vlogger na lang tayo. Wala eh. Alam mo, itong airport na to, sabi nung Turkish friends ko, 2-3 years lang ginawa to. Biggest airport in the world na ngayon. I mean, sa bagay, it looks even bigger than the Qatar and Emirates one. So, in fairness, masipag talaga mga Turks. They're good when it comes to construction and stuff like that. So, great. Tamam. Deal done. Alright. Sama ng tingin ng tao sa akin, ay yata nila ng ano dito ha. Vlogger. Ayan na. Ano yung mga ano dyan? Ayan na naman. May mga apologies na naman. Easy for you to say. Let me get that very clear ha. Ako, wala akong team. Wala akong, millions of supporters. Wala akong hundreds of millions of funds, etc. I'm doing my little part here, no? So with the limited influence I have, I'm making the most out of that. All I'm saying is that those people who have had billion budget, who have had teams of supports and all of that, I'm sorry. I think they should do their due part, okay? So please lang, huwag tayo mag-apologies dito. Clearly, may pagkakulang na nangyari dito. Clearly, there's a huge room for improvement, alright? For all of us. So please lang, guys. And as I always said, diffidence is not prudence. Diffidence, just like in West Philippine Sea, kung mahina ka, diffident ka, you invite bullies, you invite trolls, you invite aggression, alright? You have to make a strong stance eh. Ayan tayo, uminit na ulo natin, maaga pa lang. Guys, I understand, but please, you have to... bakit ka ba nasa politika kung gano'n? Bakit ka ba naging di ba? I mean, what's the point of even running for highest office or being a politician if you're not gonna... You get what I'm saying? Sabi nga ni Bill Clinton, di ba? If you cannot take can't take the heat in the kitchen, why are you there, di ba? To begin with, parang gano'n, di ba? Kaya guys, wag tayo gano'n, alright? Don't tell me na it's easy for you to say, I'm sorry, I'm doing my best here. For heaven's sake, I work 16 hours a day. Ayan, uminit na ulo natin. I work 16 hours a day. Alright? Whatever opportunity I find, I try to contribute. Alright? Sana naman yung mga gustong maging top leaders ng ating bansa, di ba? Sana naman they do their part. And please don't get it wrong when I'm saying they should do their assignment. Especially when they were not doing their assignment as they should have done in the past 5 to 6 years. Isang malaking dahilan na nandito tayo sa ganitong problema is because some people did not do their parts. Alright? As I said, I'm not gonna name drop because I don't want to get into the blame game and all of that. But ayoko rin ng apology. I don't like also excuses being made for lack of proactive action. Alright? As much as you want to criticize the other side for incompetent governance, the question is, how have you done as the alternative potential government or leader? Yun lang naman sinasabi natin Guys, I'm not too far from some... Ayoko na magsalita dito kasi... I'm telling you guys, I mean, there are opposition leaders in countries 10 times more repressive than the Philippines, and they do 10 times more organizations and fight back and they take risks, alright? So, please lang alright? If you don't know anything about the rest of the world, and how opposition leaders operate in 10 times worse situation, then don't tell me about, oh, it's easy for you to say. Sorry talaga guys, I mean, medyo kulang ako ng tulog, so medyo nag-snap tayo dyan. But, yan ang ayoko yung people making excuses sa pagkakulang. I don't care, opposition ka, government ka, whatever ka, I just don't like when people make excuses for when there's clearly a lack of something. Alright? It's just crystal clear. And every analysis I made over the past 5-6 years, almost all of them came accurate. And you know what? What's interesting is that it seems sometimes my critics are the ones who read me better than supposed people who share my worldview and etc. Ay nako. Yun lang kasi. Guys, at the end of the day, if you want a democracy to work, you want our country to move forward, we have to go beyond fanaticism. We have to go beyond personalistic politics. We have to go beyond being apologists for pagkakulang here, pagkakulang dyan. If you have seen my analysis, and everywhere, like, I criticize all presidents. But I'm not saying they're the same. Yung iba, mas maraming pagkakulang, yung iba, mas maraming mali. But to say na, eto, walang kasalanan, lahat yung kabila, come on guys, that's not how you do it. That's not responsible. Yun lang talaga. Sorry, nag-snap ako dyan. Kasi, I'm being very polite and diplomatic. I always make constructive criticism because I understand how difficult the situation is for people. But I hope you guys also understand. Kung kami nga na ordinaryong tao, you know, I'm just a simple writer, columnist, ayan, vlogger pa ngayon. You know, in my own little way, I'm just pushing it, diba? And I have no resources organization like some of these people, alright? Of course, iba pa rin yung resources ng government and administration, but my point is, come on, guys. Ay, nako. Hi. You know, sometimes I think, if only more people had the same work ethic and dedication, we would have been in a totally different place. I'm sorry. I just have to say it, alright? I'm not saying I'm great or whatever. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, sana naman, guys. Sana naman. You know, the only way for us to grow as people and as a country is that if we don't just preach to the choir. If we get out of our comfort zones, right? If we try to reach out to people across the political spectrum, if we're willing to take constructive criticisms, if we're willing to accept our shortcomings, if we're willing to improve ourselves, that applies on the personal level, that applies to the opposition, to the government, to us as a country. Yun lang sinasabi ko, guys. So, yun lang. Ay nako. Ako, I don't show it. Of course, I get a lot of harassment and stress, etc. Although sometimes lumalabas yan. But guys, you know, you have no business in being in this fight, struggle for a better world, if you're just waiting for people to make excuses for you. Yun lang. Yun lang sa akin. But let me tell you, I'm so thankful sa inyo guys for being there. You know, ay nako, you know, I've had friends who had to shut down their accounts or go inactive. Some went to exile, etc. because they couldn't take the pressure. Now, of course, you can say, si Richard, makapal ang mukha nito eh. I mean, that's true to a certain degree because then, kung wala rin ako, di ano na, di ba? Ano na? Kim Jong-un na, di ba? And the other thing naman is, of course, I'm very thankful kasi nakikita ko nandun naman kayo. Kahit anong oras tayo nagla-live, kahit paano, may mga ilang tao na note sa atin, may mga nagbibigay ng support sa atin. I really appreciate that. And of course, some of you have been even more supportive. Diba? Ayan, meron na tayong executive committee of Meta Reunion Organization. Magmi-meeting pa, may mga preliminary discussions pa lang. But you get what I'm saying? How I wish na there were, I don't know, 100 other people with the same work ethic and dedication. Kahit yung level ko lang. I think we could make so much more difference. Yun lang. I mean, all I'm trying to do here is, marami tayong pagkakulang. Minsan, uminit na ng ulo natin, nagsisnap tayo, or alas kador. But I just hope some people will watch us and say, you know what? Yeah, this is the way forward. And I'm sure they can do it even better than me. Way better than me. Marami naman tayong pagkakulang and all. But someone has to make the moves, right? And I'm doing this with no resources whatsoever. I mean, my goodness, look at, everything is sariling sikap, di ba? Literally sariling sikap. So, yun lang. I have no team, nothing. Really. Although, of course, I have the most important thing, which is family, friends who really care about me, and of course, you guys. As far as organization resources concerned, talagang wala eh, diba? So, yun lang. Pasensya na, sorry guys, I didn't wanna single out anyone or something like that. But yun lang, I mean, please lang, at least when you're in the same space as me, don't do the same thing na you're comfortable with, alright? I'm not gonna preach to the choir here. Hindi ko style yan. Alright, we're here to have good conversations, sometimes uncomfortable conversations, but hopefully things that make all of us better. Yan lang. So, let me be 100% clear. It has not been easy for me at all over the past 5 to 6 years. Not at all. Especially when I see a lot of my fellow academics and friends and all, konting na troll lang, ayaw na. So, parang ano na ako. Para akong ewan dyan, di ba? Mag-isa ko lang Kasi look at them and say like, so what am I doing here, diba? Yun lang eh. So please lang, you have to understand this gets very lonely for people like me sometimes. It's a very, very lonely fight sometimes. But the only reason it's not as lonely as could have been is because of you guys. So yun lang. So I understand things have been hard also for many opposition leaders, for many people in the country. Gets na natin yan. But when you have the power, when you have the platform, you definitely have the responsibility. You definitely have the responsibility. And dapat panindigan mo yan. The other thing I also want to say is this. Sana naman, medyo mas marami tayong solidarity and team building. Bakit napunta tayo sa ganitong discussion na yun? Nagdrama tuloy tayo. I mean, I'm just trying to meet my 6,000 steps a day target. Magmaritas lang tayo dito. The other thing is, guys, you have to learn talaga to support each other, promote each other. Uy, may Dragon Ball Z. Support each other. Kasi yan sa pang problema natin, lahat gusto maging David versus Goliath. Dapat may army tayo, may solidarity tayo. At beyond partisanship, beyond personalities. Personalities come and go, guys. But values stay. National interest stays. Kaya ako, opposition ka man, government ka man, independent ka man, if I believe you're doing this for the country, I'll support you, I'll be there for you. So yun lang. Wala na. Finish na. Nagkalat na naman tayo. Check na lang ako ng fashion dito. Fashion. Uy, naubos ko na yung airport Layo na nilakaran natin Wow, exit na pala. Sige, ikot na tayo ulit. Check ko yung flight ko. Yun lang guys, please. Don't misunderstand naman yung sinasabi natin. I just hope you see, kahit nagpapatawa lang tayo, it looks like pakit lang tayo, honestly. Everything I do comes from a very deep, deep place. Alright? Deep, deep place. Deep reflections. And a lot of struggles. You know, it's one thing to get trolled and attacked and you have millions of supporters. It's another thing to be trolled and attacked and being completely alone with no resources whatsoever. They're two different worlds. I'm telling you. Ay, nako. Alright. Mag-brunch na ako para I can do some work and then head to our next appointment. So please guys, keep in touch. Marami pa tayong pag-usapan, God willing. Yeah, inshallah we can talk about also yung mga other issues sa Europe, sa Russia, sa Ukraine, etc. Marami pa tayong pag-usapan. Alright? Yun lang. Pasensya na. Baka next time, di na ako magsalita pag... Yun, dapat yata hindi ako nagmeta pag 2 hours lang sleep natin, Ayan, yeah. Basta guys, let's get out of our comfort zones a bit. Yun lang naman sinasabi ko Madali na sabihin mo, kawawa ka lang at yung ganyan, tapos yung kabila, blah, blah. But guys, you cannot change the world like that for better. Kung cynical lang tayo or we don't take any responsibilities and basta may agency tayo guys, kahit maliit lang, we can still choose to be better people. We can choose to contribute. Uy, naka PS5 siya. Uy, meron siyang nabiling PS5 Mamaya akong marites. Mahal pa rin ng PS5, walang niya, 1,000 euro. Wag na. Sorry, na-distract ako sa sarili ko. Ayan, wala naman sale. Ba't pa ako mag-shopping? Wala naman sale. Ayan. Ay, may star pala. Pwede ako mag-shopping ng konti. Bili ako ng juice at 3-in-1 kape. Ayan. Okay. Basta yun guys, yun lang. This is my way of being authentic, alright? Kung talagang, I don't mince words when I believe it's the right time to say certain things. But at the same time naman guys, I'm very respectful. Again, kudos to former Vice President LENI Robredo. She really deserves the recognition and respect. And hopefully she'll use her new experience and linkages and networks to continue her advocacies for the betterment of the Filipino people. Yun lang sa akin. Alright? And I hope we learn the lessons from the past and we continue to be better people. At the same time, tama, agree naman ako we have to be also fair. Limitado po yung pwede natin gawin under certain circumstances. But the important thing is we still do it. We try our best. At the end of the day, that's what matters naman. That's what shows your character. To do the best under the most difficult circumstances. That in itself should count. The rest, really, it's beyond us. The rest is up to God. Basta important you did your part Kasi marami naman dyan successful, pero chamba naman. So, yung iba, they may not get what they really work for, but they did their part, and I think that's what should count. And the same thing applies in politics. Hindi natin kontrolado. Politics is a wild world. Who would have thought Duterte would win in 2016 when I was among few people who took him seriously on the record, right? Noong 2015 pa lang. But still, wild ang politics. So kaya nga mahalaga dyan, you just do your part. Not make excuses. And yes, agree naman ako, hindi ko naman sinasabi na perfect yung situation, kaya natin lahat to. Hindi, of course. But sometimes these difficulties are also a chance for us to go the next level, to transcend our circumstances, to expand our horizons of being, diba? To find new sources of courage, to find new dimensions of strength within us. Ayan na, naging inspirational speaker na tayo. Parang may bagong career na yata ako. After this meta, pwede na ako mag-career ng bago. motivational speaker slash vlogger slash, and then sa dulo, also, by the way, academic with double-digit Asian licks. Ayun, nagtiturkish yung katabi natin. Yaktur. Ayan na, ubus na yung load ko. For security reason kasi I don't use airport internet eh. Hindi secure mga lines nila eh. Ayun ako. So, eto. Wow. Kahit ilan layo nilakaran natin. Oh, andyan pa pala kayo. Akala ko, nag-ano lang ako dito. Nag-rant lang ako sa sarili ko. Pagtingin ko, meron pala nagko-comment eh. So, yun lang guys. Yun lang. Vlogger with a heart. Yan po ang ano natin. Motto natin sa buhay. Vlogger with a heart. Okay pala ganyan, no? Mag-ano ka lang, lakad-lakad ka lang, tapos ilabas mo yung ano mo, contents of your heart. Charot. Ayun tayo. Ay. Basta, yun lang. Man of Steel. Hindi yung S-T-E-A-L, Man of Steel. As in yung bakal. Ayun naman tayo, Man of Steel. Nakalala ko naman. Yung isa, ay nako, yung mga nangasar sa gilas, Dami daw biglang steel nangyari doon sa game nung ano. Ayaw ko na kompletohin yung ano. Yung mga meme na gano'n. Alam niyo na, Man of Steel. Ayan. Basta, bakal. Bakal hindi yung ano. naman tayo. Nag-alas-gador na naman tayo. Ay nako. Apparently, Socrates was the same. 2,000 years ago. Nag-alas-gador siya, tapos marites. Next thing yun na, ang daming philosophical reflection ang mga kausap niya. So yun pala, yun lang, kasi basta tayo ng biography ni Socrates. Like, wait, di ba gawain ko rin yan? Yung mga nangalas ka. Yun pala, may more profound charva. Tuloy. Okay guys, maraming salamat Maghanap pala ako ng kain tayo ng konti, brunch. Wala na, Zadi na eh. Hindi na kaya ng dati mga Di na tayo matulog niyan, di na tayo kain niyan, gano'n. Ano lang, political will natin yan. Hindi na pwede, kailangan na kumain. Mahirap na, Zadi na. Uy, may sale yata. Ay! Uy! Wag na. Next time. Alright guys. Thank you nga ako sa inyo. Thank you so much guys sa mga nagbigay ng support. Uy, ang dami nagbigay ng support Naawa ba kayo sa akin? Nagbigay kayo ng support? Is it my horrible eye bags and all? Uy, bigyan niya. Kawawa naman yan. Bigyan mo na yan. Pwede na yan. Ayan. Salamat kay Eden Olonan. Thank you so much for your support. Ayan, pangkape daw. Thank you kay SM Amor, kay Mitch Tengcho. Ayan, thank you daw. Thank you kay Violi Reyes, kay Senan Makalalad, Mites, Rose Garcia Flores, Paris Flores, Ma'am Jocelyn, of course. Ito sa executive committee na siya na for Meta Reunion. May meeting na. Aida Ganadores, Aero Drum, the Deep. Thank you so much. Kay Ma'am Fenya as always. Kay Brian, kay Vilma Alberto, kay Bibo Esnagi. Wassalamu alaikum. Thank you for joining us from Riyadh. Ayan. Sorry guys if you don't want your names to be read. This is just my way of saying thank you to you guys. At I don't take you for granted. I hope you appreciate it in that sense. Na hindi ako yung mga feeling lang na kung sino importante. Tas ganun. I really appreciate just you guys commenting, you guys staying with us, saying all of these things. Alright? Oo, ito na. I think today, anong oras ngayon? On this day, September 1. Oh, by the way, guys, happy Bear Months, Happy Bear Months. God bless you. Nalaman natin today, yung pala Ay, nako. Baka yan na lang dapat gawin ko. Ay, nako. Hindi ko pa nasulat yung autobiography ko. Marami rin akong drama. Akala niya kayo lang may hanash. Marami rin akong dyan. Marami rin akong drama dyan. Hindi ko lang pinapakita sa inyo. Alam ng iba niyan. Yung iba na kilala tayo, alam nila marami rin akong hanash. Marami akong nadaanan. But, the point is, you have to be strong. Not because you're not hurt, not because you're not tired, not because you're not scared sometimes. Lahat yan. We go through that process. But the important thing is you come out of that process discovering new sources of strength and inspiration within you that you were not aware of. If someone told me 2 years ago, I would be vlogging like this and giving random inspirational, motivational speech sa gitna ng napakahaba at malaking airport. Natapos na natin kabila, papunta naman tayo sa kabila. I would have said, you kidding me? Nakakaya, I won't do that. Ano ka ba? Eye bags ko, makita na, ganyan. You know what? But once you push the envelope, you realize, wow, meron ka palang side na ganon. And then you realize, even more importantly, may mga tao dyan na may pakirin. May mga tao dyan na are also thinking the same things, feeling the same feelings, processing things also. So yan, nakahanap ka ng kaabay mo. So yan. How much guys ha? Idagdag ko na mamaya ha, motivational speaker. Lagay natin yan. Mamaya pala mahina pala internet ng side na yan ha. May borderline pala dito. Yan. Coach Richard, Coach Fuego. The Art of Fuego. Gawa ko ng ganyan, ano. The Art of Fuego. How to be kapalmoks in the age of vloggers. Yung mga ganon. Alaskador with a heart. Or Alaskador in style. Yung mga ganon. Yung mga natin dyan. Alright? How to Alaska while keeping your, style. Yan. And yung mga ibang tao tumitingin sa akin, yung gago na to kayo. Ay, sorry. Ay, sino nga na to kanina pa na gano'n, kausap sarili niya. Kasi if from far, you look at my screen, it's my own face there, right? It's like, what's this guy doing? He's talking to himself. Wala na, baka maano tayo, ma-report tayo dito. Alright, hindi yata uso mga ganyan vloggers, ha? Kasi hindi naman ako nga, guys, nandito tayo sa bili tayong ganyan, hindi naman ako ganun, eh. Medyo matinong kausap. Alright. Ay nako, alam mo, pag na-stress na ako, mag-showbiz na lang ako. Ayoko na. Showbiz na lang ako. Bahala na si Tito Boy Soto. Tito Boy Soto. Ito naman, Tito Boy Soto. Tito. Ano na-invento natin, ha? Alright, mga kameta, maraming salamat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Buenos dias. Buenvenido. Ayan, lahat na. Tishekor, thank you so much for joining us. Ayan, dami natin mga friends. Ang daming charot. Daming hanash. Ito yung first hanash episode ko. First 15 minutes lang, magandang usapan. Biglang 30 minutes of hanash. Ayan. Ano na, vlogger / hanasher. Motivational speaker. Alright? Ayan na si Zaddy. Okay na, kakain na si Zaddy. Flat naman yung tummy natin ulit eh. Char. Hindi, yung cousin ko, nagpa-pray, uy, huwag kang dyan, mag-swimming tayo dyan, ganyan. Ayan naman na, pressure tayo. Dito lang ako kumakain. Ayan tayo. Alright guys, talk to you soon. God bless. Thank you very much. God bless. Talk to you soon, alright? Kasi time zone difference, diba? Salamat. God bless. Adios. Have a good day. Merci. Adios.